Hey, Hamster. What's wrong? I'm so conflicted. I want to play Metroid Samus Returns again, but I've 100%ed all 3 files on all 3 difficulties. If I want to play now, I'd have to erase a file and commit to 100%ing that difficulty all over again. I just can't do it. Well, that's a good sign that the game was great, isn't it? Why don't you just play another Metroid game? I've played them all several times. Well, at least you got Metroid Prime 4 to look. Don't you bring up that striptease of a game around me. I've had that game pre-ordered since 2017, and I still haven't seen anything more than a logo. You've got a problem, don't you? How's about I pick out a game for you in the meantime? That logo still haunts my dreams. This game is pretty bizarre. Good bizarre? Yeah, definitely good bizarre. I'm honestly struggling to describe how I feel about it at first glance. I thought you'd like Hollow Knight. It's an indie Metroidvania that's become an instant hit by the talented group Team Cherry. It is certainly filling the screw attack-shaped hole in my heart, that's for sure. Super Metroid, except longer. In an open 2D platformer, you'll explore vast environments, challenge bosses, and discover useful items and weapons to help you progress through your journey. That's exactly what I just said. Okay, well, opposed to Super Metroid, you'll acquire many unique and interesting power-ups, both having their uses in battle and in platforming. But that is Super Metroid! Oh, crap. The bosses are really tough, requiring several attempts in order to learn their patterns and exploit their own weaknesses. Oh, shut up! Combat is predominantly melee-based, with your tiny little nail dealing all the damage. The nail can even be used to bounce off enemies and hazards by attacking down with good timing, adding to your toolset for exploration. Defeated enemies will also give you soul instead of straight-up healing or ammo pickups. You get to choose then whether the soul will be spent on energy tanks or missiles. Wait, health or magic. So you basically decide through battle whether to tough it out and stay aggressive, or when to pull back and try and heal. But as we mentioned, this game is really hard. Your character, the Knight, will slowly and incrementally improve over time, but the game will throw increasingly difficult challenges your way at a much faster rate. So it's up to you to be the one who's actually improving your own skill faster than the game to compensate. You can also customize your character with charms, the upgrades that you're finding along your way throughout the journey. Your charm loadout does change your character strategy pretty substantially, but you'll have to choose wisely as you only have so many slots to keep them equipped. I was amazed with how long this game was. With loads of unique bosses and ludicrous amounts of post-game content, this game always has another crazy achievement to acquire. Like Soul Steal mode, where you can only die once before the game is over? Just imagining beating this entire game in a single deathless run makes me shudder. You think you should correct your initial generalization of the gameplay? It's Super Metroid, except Dark Souls. Super Metroid, except bugs. It looks nothing like Super Metroid. Yeah, you're right. Just bugs. The game actually looks amazing with fully colored, hand-drawn characters, enemies, and environments. Except bugs. Just think of all the illustrations that would need to be created in order to even get a single enemy animated properly and fluidly in a game like this. Then multiply that by the ludicrous amount of content in this game. It's incredibly ambitious. That's true, but something's bugging me about it. Wait, what though? Oh, you did it. Oh, I can't believe you would sink so low as to make a bug pun in this video. That's it. Come on, give me the controller. Come on, hand it. Come on, you lost your chance. Come on, give it over, bug boy. Well, this is a nice change of pace. Now, where were we? Oh yeah, the story. Hollow Knight's storytelling is very low-key, opting for drip-feeding you lore about the world as you explore, as opposed to directly telling you about what's going on. Honestly, this is ideal for a Metroidvania. The player gets just enough pieces of the puzzle to chew on while they explore the vast environments and try to make sense of all the disorder. And it's because you keep chewing on things that you ended up in that chair. What does that even mean? Okay then, smart guy, how about you explain to everyone the story of Hollow Knight? Well, you're, not really, Man, it's so hard to say anything for certain about the story. You're the last spawn of a king from a lost time on a journey to destroy the pestilent plague like orange corruption stuff across the land and destroy its source. But that's not even entirely true, I think. It's a weird game. The minimalism in storytelling is artfully told well enough to give you more questions than answers. Like whether I'm supposed to be critical and you're positive, or if I'm critically attempting to be positive and you're positively faking being critical. Wait, what? There's only one thing for certain. What's that? Bugs. The music in this game is magnificent. I have almost all of it saved to playlists on my computer so I can listen to it as I work. The soundtrack flows great with gameplay, giving the proper scene setting ambience during exploration and fear and power to boss fights. I'm really bummed I couldn't be blasting it during my own playthrough because you'd hear it doubling in my own microphone. Speaking of which, you can see the game in its entirety in my massive 57 episode Let's Play series, shameless plug. You know, I particularly love the sound effects and combat noises you hear as you defeat enemies and clash weapons. It's so satisfying to see a terrifying foe fall to your tiny under-equipped character. They all got what was coming to them from messing with Little Squirt and his mighty toothpick. If you haven't played this game yet, then allow me to entice you further. It's massive, it's incredibly fun, it has a beautiful art style and soundtrack, and it's nearly on every single modern platform. The free DLC added provides even more insane challenges to overcome, giving you countless hours of extra gameplay. Or you could have better things to do with your time, like me. If you're a bang for your buck kind of player, this game's an absolute steal for how many hours you can pour into it without even realizing where all the time went. Okay, now follow me here. You awake in a strange land nearly devoid of all life. You're journeying across a deadly cavern, slaying everything in your path in an apocalyptic world, but everyone and everything is an insect. Because bugs, I guess. The positive gamer in me had a blast with Hollow Knight, giving it the highest of honors with a 10 out of 10. Every aspect of this game left me fully amazed, and even though it was all so full and satisfying, with tons of hours spent exploring and fighting through the world, in the end, I was only left wishing for more. The critical gamer in me had an outstanding time with Hollow Knight, but still finds reason to give the game a strong 9 out of 10. Some players will be put off by the difficulty that the game demands, and others could be excluded altogether from the intense DLC gauntlets the game puts forward. The time investment is all that's stopping me from doing all of that myself, which makes me personally look right past it. But with this strong of a challenge, some players will be put off. Regardless, the overall performance of the game is absolutely stunning. It's funny that in the beginning you weren't playing a game because you ran out of things to do, but now you're no longer playing a game because you're having too much to do. And that leaves me as a player much more satisfied in the end, knowing that I can always go back and have more. Anything less just kinda bugs me. But if you get too wrapped up in what other people think to just have fun with a game, then you're just playing with yourself. Hey, hold up! Who said you were even allowed to say my line, wise guy? Big thanks to our Patreon members, Atomic Thomas, Ben, Sid, Denny, Erica, Kai, Rowan, and Squad Fam. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like the videos and subscribe for more, and we will see you all in the next video. Booyah!